Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. Today I'm excited to be sharing some beautiful winter wonderland DIY decor. These Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs are going to be perfect to fit with neutral Christmas decor. They're all going to be perfect to fit in with like more of a neutral winter wonderland kind of theme. I'm using some of these for myself, and I'm also going to be giving some to my mother-in-law and maybe to my sister. So before we get into today's video, I want to take a moment and thank Top Cash Back for sponsoring this video. So you guys have probably seen, I've mentioned for the past couple years now, I think, that I use Top Cash Back very regularly when I shop online, and I have gotten hundreds of dollars literally in cash back. Top Cash Back is really easy to sign up online. You just need like your name and your email. It is so easy to do and it's completely free. Every time before I shop online, go first into topcashback.com and then just search for whatever retailer you're planning to shop with. So a great one is Dollar Tree. You can actually save money on your Dollar Tree purchases. They also have a smaller quantities category on dollartree.com where shoppers can purchase items in smaller quantities for DIY projects, party supplies, home decor, organization, so many different things. And you can find over 4,000 different retailers on topcashback.com, things like Amazon, Walmart, Dollar General, Michaels, Lowe's. Top Cashback offers 100% of their commission back to members, and because of this, they can consistently feature higher rates than their competitors. There's no minimum to get a payout, plus when you use the link that I have for you down below to sign up, you can get an additional $10 in cash back when you sign up, and you'll continue earning cash back on all of your online purchases when you go through topcashback.com. So I love using them. It is perfect before the holidays. I also love using it on Dollar Tree, so I can find certain things that are like harder to find in the store, or sometimes it's just you can find it in the store, but you can only find like 2 or 3 of something and you needed like 10 in order to make something you wanted to do, or you know, for a party or for like an organizational project in your home. So I love being able to order. I've gotten like bamboo cutting boards on there. I've gotten different like the pencil holders that I've made lots of DIYs out of those. So it was perfect because I wanted to buy a whole box of them. That was fine with me because I can use them for so many projects. I also did like nautical rope that way. I've gotten the cotton rope that way. Sometimes it was hard to find in the store, and it was just easier to order a whole case of it from dollartree.com and actually get cash back. So I'm so excited to just kind of recommend it to you guys, especially as we go in like toward the holidays. I think it's another fantastic way to get cash back. For me personally, I also use it when I shop from like Ulta and Sephora. They have great cash back rates on there, and a lot of times I've even gotten like 6% and 8% back. Anyway, if you do any online shopping, I hope you will consider checking out topcashback.com. I'm gonna have the link and all the information down below, and let's go ahead and get into our winter wonderland Christmas DIYs.
So let's go ahead and get started. For this DIY, I'm taking one of these little fall signs that has the football and the pumpkins hanging on here, and I'm actually going to just be using 2 pumpkins off of this sign. They were really easy to pull off and then just kind of remove. The staples in the back came right out when I pulled them off of this string. I'm also using one of these Dollar Tree Hello Fall signs, and we are going to paint over the back of it. So I'm basically painting the back now of all 3 of these pumpkins with some white chalk paint. While that paint is still wet, I'm also going to go ahead and sprinkle some glitter on here. This part's totally optional, but I thought it would add to a frosty, snowy look, so I'm going to add a little glitter to mine because why not? It's so fun. So the larger pumpkin with that wooden base is going to be obviously the base here, and then I'm gluing another pumpkin on top, and then I'm going to glue the next small pumpkin on top of this one in the middle as well, except for the top one. Because I'm not going to add any kind of a hat on top, I'm going to actually turn the top pumpkin upside down so that the stem of the pumpkin, like the 2 stems, are basically overlapping each other, because we are going to add a scarf now. So again, adding some glitter on here while my chalk paint is still wet. I am going to add some eyes for the snowman, and for that I just took a couple of little gems, glued those on, and then painted them black with a little bit of black nail polish. And actually, you don't even need to really add the gems. You could just use a little black paint for this. For the scarf, I'm taking a Dollar Tree scarf, and I actually only cut off a section, like the end of it, maybe about 15 inches. I'm going to kind of fold this a little bit because it's so wide for such like a little snowman here. I left my fringe hanging down to the right side, and then took the scarf and took it around to the left, around behind the head of the snowman, and then tucked it over that where the fringe is now on the right side. Just kind of tucked it over and under and hot glued it there, so it's going to hold everything in place. We've got black nail polish on hand, and that's exactly what I did to make the little rocks to make the snowman smile. I just did that also with some drops of the black nail polish, and for his buttons as well. Now, once that all has a time to dry, you definitely want to make sure that the black nail polish doesn't drip or run, so make sure that's fully dry. But I came back later and I'm going to add some arms on here just by using some of these glitter branch picks. I've got these silver glitter branches from Dollar Tree, and so I just cut 2 little pieces off to glue onto the back, kind of sticking out the side to be the snowman's arms. And it's perfect because I feel like when you make a real snowman, or at least when I did growing up, we would use gravel and rocks to make like the eyes and the mouth, and then sticks for the arms. So using these little glitter branches is so cute to make his arms. Also, for my little snowman's nose, I cut a little wooden stick. You could get one from outside. Now, the rest of the glitter branches I actually glued right onto the bottom of the base part, so it's kind of on an angle here from one corner to the other, sticking up. So you've got like this little spray of branches, and then to that I added one of the pieces of the glitter berries and a little flower. Just so cute. I think it adds a lot more like sparkle and glam touches to this, and just makes it look a little bit more festive and fun for some sparkly winter wonderland decor. So I love how this turned out. Let me know, would you guys add some kind of a hat on here, or do you like it how it is? Now for this one, I had one of these, I guess they're a little candle holder. It's like a little cement base and this golden frame that sits on it. And I think it's very modern. It reminds me of the kind of things you find in like Anthropology. Curved part on these Dollar Tree garden scissors actually works pretty well to cut the floral stems of the Dollar Tree florals. And now it just stands up on its own here, and you kind of have this really cool sort of modern vibe to your winter wonderland decor with the gray and the gold. And I think that's just kind of trendy, kind of modern, and definitely would fit in with winter wonderland decor. All right, so let's go ahead and move on now again to the next one. For this one, I'm taking one of these little chalkboards from Dollar Tree's craft section, and I took a little bit of antique wax and just kind of brushed that on a little bit to stain the edge, just so it looks a little bit more finished, you know? I do like that this one has a little stand in the back, so we're going to be able to stand this up on the counter somewhere, and we're going to make a little countdown calendar, countdown till Christmas. Now to write on here, I have a little chalk paint pen, and I believe this one's actually from Dollar Tree, so it was perfect. I just wrote days until Christmas and then drew a nice circle that we'll be able to kind of fill in every day with how many days are left until Christmas. So again, you can erase your chalk marker by using just like a wet paper towel or like a wet rag, and you can erase it and then write the new one in. So this is going to be really fun, really cute. To get the circle nice and neat, you can use anything you want. If you have a piece of like a glass cup, or for me, I'm using the lid of my paint bottle here. That was just kind of like the perfect size, so that's what I went with. Now I want to embellish it and decorate the top a little bit. So for that, I'm just taking a few leftover pieces of greenery and adding that in. And I want to add some ribbons on here. You could also add pine cones if you prefer, but I had this beautiful like gray silver ribbon and then a little bit of this light blue ribbon. To complete the center of the bow, I did just glue on like this little glitter berry that came off of one of the floral bouquets. I just wanted something a little bit of like a little sparkly in the center, and so I think this kind of completes the look. And that's it. We have our little countdown calendar here until Christmas. I think this came out really cute. The next one is incredibly easy. I simply am taking a plastic ornament from Dollar Tree. So the small ones, you get 2 for $1, and the large ones, you just are 1 for $1. But this one comes 2 for $1. This size, they're 50 cents a piece, and I'm just decorating it by simply making a bunch of little dots on here with the glitter glue. It looks really cool. It's very neutral, and it will definitely go with winter Wonderland decor. For the next one, we're going to make a floral arrangement, and I wanted to do some things that would be easy for my mother-in-law or my sister to use. They also love like the snowy winter wonderland decor with lots of like white, silver, and either reds or blues. So if you do winter wonderland decor, comment and let me know. Do you just go like white and silver? Or is there like a color that you add in? Because I know you can add in bits of blue, which is what my mother-in-law wants to do this year, or like my sister wants to add in possibly bits of maybe red in with the whites and the silvers. So what is your take on winter wonderland decor? You know, what colors does that mean to you? I would love to know, because I feel like it can be a little bit different, just, you know, depending on everyone's like personality and taste. But anyway, I just wrapped this little pot with some ribbons from Dollar Tree and glued those on, added in some florals with these poinsettias and also some of the glitter branches, and glued some snowflakes to kind of cover up the spot where the ribbons overlap. And that's all there is to this. It was like insanely easy, super cute, super easy to do, and really fun for some winter wonderland decor. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next one, and this is one of my favorite ones. I love how this one turned out. I'm taking one of these sleds, which to be honest, they're already so cute, these sled signs from Dollar Tree, but I'm going to paint over it with this buff beige color paint. I will try to put the link for it down below. I think I picked it up in Walmart, although now I don't see it on their website. So I did find it on Amazon, and I will put the link for it.
Why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your helpless song?
So once the paint on the sled is dry, I'm coming back now with some of the antique wax and a little brush here just to kind of lightly make some lines down it, just to give it a little bit of dimension and make this look more like wooden boards, make it look a little bit worn on the edges where it's like a little bit darker, just kind of add like a little bit of texture and create some dimension and lines to make it look more like actual wooden boards. I'm also going to add this little metal sign. So this came off of a Dollar Tree piece of decor, I think last year, but I've seen these signs that say "Let it snow" and "Jingle all the way." So I just had the metal words here off of the sign, and I was like, what can I do with this? So I decided to glue that onto my sled. Taking this little floral piece that I got in Hobby Lobby, I think a couple years ago, and this one is actually falling apart. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this Dollar Tree little mini burlap ribbon. I think the tan and the gold is just gonna kind of match the best. And I'm gonna try to rewrap this. I could probably do this with floral wire too, but hopefully that'll kind of hold all this together so I can use it. But Dollar Tree has tons of florals and stuff that you guys can use. So, but if you don't find what you're looking for, yeah, you can always try Hobby Lobby, and once their Christmas stuff is on sale, like I think it's usually goes to 40% off pretty soon. So that is a great time to pick up something like this for maybe like $2. I don't remember how much I paid, but not much more than $1. Gonna add a little glue on the back here to kind of help hold that down in place. My mother-in-law wanted blue this year in her kind of winter wonderland decor with some blues. So I thought that I would see what I could come up with here. Now, this one's actually from the spring, this particular blue ribbon, but you could always pick up one from Hobby Lobby or Michael's if you don't have what you're looking for in Dollar Tree. I already had this one on hand, so I figured I would just go ahead and use it. And I just want to make a little bow here. So I've got my ribbon loops like you see I'm making here, and then basically I'm going to pinch this in the middle, and I'm going to have one loop, and then this end and this end sticking out. So it's not going to be too big of a bow, just enough. I don't need this to be too huge. I just want to do something cute in the corner up here. And I'm going to use the blue as the bottom part, because then that way I can make it less blue, because I can add other colors into the top. Blue, silver, some burlap ribbon, and just layering it in to get like the different colors of the browns, the blues, the silvers. And I think that this is going to go pretty nicely with my mother-in-law's decor for this year, so I'm planning to give this one to her. I'm also going to add some pine cones in the middle of the bows, just because I feel like it needs something. I don't know why, I always end up adding something in the center of the bow, but I just feel like it completes it a little bit more. So I just hot glued in these two little pine cones, and to add the snowy effect, I brushed on a little white chalk paint on there, sprinkled a little glitter on while that paint is still wet. And then I also came in with that silver glitter glue, and I added a little bit of that as well. And let me tell you, these look like they came from a store. They look perfect. They look like snowy glittered pine cones, and I did not need to buy them. I just used a little bit of chalk paint and sprinkled the glitter and the glitter glue, and these just came out looking like the perfect snowy, icy pine cones. I think it came out perfect. So here is how the finished sled turned out. I love this one. It's definitely one of my favorites. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I'm taking one of these large gold stars from Dollar Tree. This one's actually, I think, intended to maybe be a tree topper, it's a great ornament if you have a very large tree, or you can just hang it on a wall, or I have used them before also like nestled in to make my own little DIY tree topper. But for today, I was thinking that we could change the colors, because like I said, my mother-in-law wanted to do blues in her winter wonderland decor for this year. So I was thinking of repainting this into something that she could use. I tried this light blue acrylic paint from Dollar Tree, and it probably works on paper, but painting on top of this gold, it was just not giving me much coverage at all. And I thought I was going to be here for hours and hours trying to get this covered. So I ended up just switching to a darker blue and using this darker blue chalk paint that I had on hand, and just gonna go with that. So that one actually gave me coverage like really easy, so I just did that, and then did the outline of the star with white chalk paint. And then once all the paint is dry, or at least mostly dry, I came back with the silver glitter glue, and I did all of those little dots in the design, which was a little time consuming, but it's pretty easy to use though, so this goes pretty quickly. And then just set this aside to dry, and you can use it in your tree topper or hang it as a wall ornament or nestle it into the tree as a large ornament, you know, wherever you want to use it. Just a fun, very customizable ornament or a tree topper. Now for the next one, I'm taking one of these wooden barrels. So I got this one in Dollar Tree as well. Now, if you guys can't find this particular one, don't worry. Dollar Tree usually has lots of different types of containers and planters. You could, if it's like a solid one, you could paint it to look like wood, like this pattern. So there's a lot of options. I happened to already have this one on hand. I did get it in Dollar Tree a while back, and I figured, you know what, I want to just use it. Mix in the blue hydrangea and the white roses, and then come in with the white chalk paint. I'm brushing it on to kind of add like a little snowy touch, as if it had had a light dusting of snow. So I just kind of randomly brushed some white chalk paint on here and then sprinkled on the glitter. You can also come in with that silver glitter glue and touch up any other spots that you want to add glitter. Now for this one, I'm actually using more of like a colorful silver glitter, not just like a plain white glitter. So for that snowman back in the very beginning, I used more of just like a plain white glitter. So it has a little sparkle, but it's basically kind of more plain. And this one is a much more of a glittery, sparkly, like silvery, glittery, sparkly glitter, if that makes sense. It's the kind where you can see kind of all of those colors in there as it sparkles. It looks more iridescent, and as opposed to the other one being just white, because I think if you just used white glitter, it wouldn't show up as much. So I really like this more bright, iridescent or holographic type glitter. It definitely gives it more of like a ice, sparkling ice look onto the flowers, as if there's just been a frost. So yeah, so that's all I added on here.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below, let me know which one of these neutral winter wonderland Christmas home decor DIYs was your favorite. I always love hearing from you guys. Again, I'm gonna have that link for Top Cashback down below in the description, so be sure to check that out. If you do any online shopping, whether you're looking for deals from Dollar Tree that you can't find in the store, it's a great way to get them online. Also for any like holiday shopping that you might be doing, check out Top Cashback, because it's going to be a great way to get extra cash from holiday shopping you were planning to do anyway. So thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed. I wish you a beautiful and blessed day, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.